Although I think it's exaggerated somewhat the influence of the contract on the '94 elections. I think much of it was a backlash against Clinton and a belief in sort of general Republican principles rather than these specific ideas. At least that sort of crystallized the notion for what Republicans stood for in 1994. I think especially at the federal level, the congressional Republican leadership is still sort of grasping for those themes. Done a very good job of sort of saying we where we sort of hold the line on the Obama agenda, but now the question is, what would you do if you were in the majority? And I think they still have to make a little bit more of that case to the American people.
Even if the trends are looking good for Republicans, is this likely to still be a very hard-fought political year?
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about it. And still, gains can be made and majorities cannot be won. I mean, there's still a long way to go, especially in both chambers of the U.S. Congress. We have a very large, but in terms of proportion, Democratic majority in the Senate. There are essentially 60 Democratic senators, and as we saw with the health care debate just before Christmas, that's enough to end any kind of filibuster and basically plow an agenda through the Senate, which is notoriously difficult to do. So these are large Democratic majorities, but they're not by any means cannot be overcome. There is now, with Parker Griffith's switch, the Alabama congressman who switched over Christmas time to the Republican Party, there's now one less Democrat in the House of Representatives than there was in 1994. On the Senate side, the last time the Democrats had a Senate majority this large was 1980, and they lost the Senate in the 1980 election. So it is a tough road for the Republicans to travel, but it doesn't mean that majority status in either or maybe both chambers in Congress, and we mentioned the state legislature, is out of reach.